Okay, thank you for being with us. This is Pillars of History. We are very grateful to have you here. Yeah. Today, the world is facing one of its greatest catastrophe. The world is not at peace at all. Everywhere in the world is not a safe place because we have big players that are playing that are currently destabilizing the whole system of the global security. Today, insecurity is from terrorism, state-sponsored terrorism, invasions, and everything that you think that it is not, it doesn't guarantee security of international law. So today the world is evolving, and with insecurity, it is very high today. Insecurity is very high. Yeah. Let's focus today primarily in the Sahel. The Sahel states have intensified their hunt of these criminal gangs. I mean terrorists, because terrorists are criminals and they are very organized at the extent that they are equipped to do their criminal networks, and they are sponsored by some states, So the AES states, I mean Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, have intensified their hunt, their strikes and their offensive against these insurgents. And most of them have been neutralized. Others have fled. But they are being covered by neighboring countries, the countries that share borders with these three countries. So they base there to attack the countries of the AES. So this has created more tensions and making more security, making the security of the AES more unstable. So it doesn't guarantee that they have full security of their country, because these people, if they run to those countries, the ones that sponsor these bandits, they equip them, they give them instructions, they train them, they instruct them what duties they instruct them on the duties they have to accomplish. So these bandits come. I'm going to drop a video on how Mali has intensified its airstrikes on these bandits and their strongholds.
On Saturday, September the 6th, 2025, in the vast operational theater of the Kaili region, the Malian armed forces launched a large-scale offensive in the Jema and Nuru circles of the Sahel, marking a decisive turning point in the hunt for terrorist armed groups operating in the area. Having been under surveillance for several days, the enemy elements were precisely targeted by the deployed units. The meticulously planned operation led to the destruction of several terrorist strongholds, the neutralization of numerous fighters, as well as the disabling of a significant cache of war weaponry. Significant quantities of logistical equipment were also reduced to ashes. Additionally, Fama aerial assets carried out strikes on September 7, 2025 in the areas of Lagaman, Jonguman, and Sei. 4 deals in the Nioro sector of the Sahel in the Kai region. Several terrorists were neutralized. The sweeps are continuing with rigor and determination, demonstrating the unwavering resolve of the Fama to restore peace and security throughout the entire national territory. In this context, the General Staff of the Armed Forces calls on the population to remain calm, vigilant, and to cooperate actively with the forces engaged in this relentless fight against terrorism, because it is through unity and solidarity that victory is forged.
The terrorist groups, I was told, cut off the road and tried to threaten traffic on the routes leading to Nyon-Lusail. A terrible event occurred. It was the intervention of aerial assets, which made it possible to carry out strikes on several sites where those terrorist groups were located, including the place where the hostages were being held. So, around 11 p.m., following those strikes, the drivers, conductors, apprentices, and all the passengers who had been taken hostage, I would put it that way, a few days ago, and who expressed their satisfaction following the actions of the Fama, they were taken to their homes, accompanied by the night patrol. We want to reassure the population that the army, it remains in an offensive posture at all times. We are here and we are staying vigilant. As you have seen lately, it is our patrols that we are sending out. In almost every area, So we are telling people to go about their business calmly. I believe that the other authorities are working so that from now on, these strikes will become irregular.
And most of them have fled, to be honest with you. They have been neutralized thoroughly. So last week, the bandits reached at an extent of blocking some roads to the Malian capital city of Bamako. So that means that it disrupted trade and transport. The people were stuck in the towns. Some like trade vehicles and transport means were all at stake because these bandits broke some ways. They broke some roads that connected Mali's capital city, that is Bamako, to the rural areas and other cities. So this is the extent how these bandits are very determined to do everything to disrupt the security of the AES. But we don't say bandits, but we just use these kind of names. But the fact is that the state sponsors, their sponsors, they are very determined. But we thank God that their sponsors today, they are facing one of their biggest challenge in history. Their political careers actually are at stake. I mean the politicians in those states. We saw France today. The people are burning whatever there is, the hell out of France. The capital cities are already decimated. In Paris, actually some of the social media users actually mocked France that we should deploy the VDPs to calm the situation in the country. Just call Captain Ibrahim Traore to send his VDPs to calm the situation in your country because you guys have failed to calm the people. You understand? To restore security among the people. So that's how the social media users were mocking. Actually, they were mocking Macron. So this is how things are going today. We thank God that the AES states have taken things and matters in their hands and they're actually joining their forces. They are orchestrating large-scale operations whereby these bandits are encircled and totally annihilated without even any information. A lot of surveillance and intelligence is gathered against these bandits. They first gather information. They know that they are meeting now. They want to carry out an attack now. So they actually they bomb them. They bomb the hell out of them at once. So they clear that way. But what actually surprises me is one. These bandits are normal people like me and you who are recruited by the top terrorist leaders so that they can come and die on their behalf. That's how things go. This is the major thing the AES leaders should actually address. Indeed, they are doing it. They are doing their best to address these things, these issues. And the major issue is poverty. If people are very poor, of course, they will do whatever they can to earn a living. So that's why these bandits are exploiting that weakness to manipulate the population and gain their favor. So that's why they are doing that. They are under influence of everything. Drugs, alcohol, each and every kind of something that is not making someone sober. These people are always under influence of those kind of medicine, of drugs and everything. So we don't blame them too much. Yeah. When we are talking now, at this time, France is still under a state of quagmire. They are totally actually annihilated. They are totally confused. The people are very angry with Macron's regime, of which it is delivering less to the people. Yeah. Instead of doing something, they are sponsoring foreign wars. They are destabilizing other countries because they still want to get influence in those countries. Bro, first settle your country. First do something for your countrymen so that you can sponsor other people or bandits or something. You can destabilize other regions. Your country The people are suffering, are crying. You're still getting their money and sending it overseas to sponsor terrorism. This is not good, actually.